What's up, what's up? Here, let me turn the lights on. Turn on the lights. Yeah, the man of the hour. What's up, what's up? What's up, what's up? What's up, what's up? Hey, what's up, everybody? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am Ascending Master Lilith. That's Ascending Master Christ, Jesus, Yeshua of Nazareth. This is Ascending Master Melchizedek. This guy, not today. Maybe. That would be Metatron. Who is they and who are they? Who am I? We're here for you. I am the messenger of God. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I'm your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, witch, and messenger of God. Dun dun dun! Hey, how you doing? Hey, anybody new? What's up? In order to keep up with me, as you can tell, we're traveling at the speed of light. Yes. E equals MC squared. I got power in my hands right there. Literally. Don't play with me. Anyways. You can't keep up with me. I know. What happened to me? It's the Pleiadians, dude. The light. The light. Step into the light. In order to keep up with me, you would have had to catch last night's video. In my videos. Oh, at least you don't have to go back like 50 years ago. But that video is going to lead you to another video, lead you to another video, and you're just going to be all up in my shit. All up in the guts, bro. Literally, you're going to hear my heartbreak and everything. You're going to know me from why I know me. You're going to be like, damn, I've known her my whole life. You have. You know why? Because I am the dark goddess Lilith. I am the divine feminine that lives within you. I am your dark feelings. Hello. You put all my feelings in a human being? I swear they did. No. They put all my feelings in all human beings. That's what had happened. What had happened was I gave you a sour apple. Ooh. Chickadee check yourself. Let's try to clean out that shit, Johnny Appleseed. Let's turn that applesauce into some apple juice and get it out of your system. That's probably why I can't stand apples, dude. I cannot. And they give me like serious, like, oh, I'm gonna die. Like, it is like an instant, like, no, don't eat no apples. Anyways, don't eat the apple. Not that. I'm gonna give you the knowledge and the wisdom and all that stuff. Yeah, that stuff. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's get into this stuff. What are we talking about tonight? We're going to finish up this because this, I remember, led to that guy. Yep, confirmation. And then when I lit up this light, it got all blah, 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 and I was like, oh, he's shining at me. I saw the light code. Again, I see the light. Step into the light, Caroline. Caroline! I know you think you're mighty fine. You smell like boo-boo. Hey! Witch laugh? I told you I was a witch. Wait till you really get going. Alright, so what were we talking about? What was you talking about, Willis? How connected to the Christ consciousness and they're trying to connect you, and how it all has, and the whole story about the 144,000 chosen ones, which is me leading those fuckheads who are awoken individuals. I'm looking for them. Turn on the lights. I'm looking for them. Who am I? I told you. I'm the freaking dark goddess here to... Go read my description. Go into my description. Who did you tap into? Snap into a Slim Jim. Alright, anyway, so they told my story, and Egyptians and Mayans and everything, and mind your business. And here's the last bit of this story that we didn't finish yesteryear. It seems so long ago. And then they were going to start a new chapter where Ra speaks, clairvoyant and all that good stuff. But no, what had happened was I saw his name. Melchizedek, and that's where we are. But I was at the top of the page, and we didn't read any of this page, so we're going back to the great massive awakening that you should be awakening to. That's what brought you. What brought you? Really, your dark ass fucking fucked up feelings. Haha! They're drawn to me. Why? Because I'm here to help you, dipshit. You're like, oh, these are my dark secrets and feelings. They're not really, you asshole. That's why I spend all my time over here teaching you that I had them first. No! Give them back! They're mine! They're mine! Let me tell you all my stories of how I had it first, and you need to learn from my lessons. Hi, I'm Lilith. I have risen from hell to get you out of hell. I am your guardian, and your no, he's a savior, bro. Save me. Save me. Because sometimes you guys be too hellish for me. I be all light and shit. Ugh. 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 But then I like to be a little dark. And you'll catch that in the rest of this video. We'll get dark and laugh at you and talk some dirty shit. Let's keep going. Anyways, so something about your dolphin brain and shit. Consciousness. We're all incarnated here. There's a bunch of us. Hey, have you seen the Silo? I don't know what his name is. He's this monk guy that came out. He's like a whole Buddhist, and he wears like, you know, he's that guy, and he's got his head shaved and stuff. Great description, right? It was dark. Anyways, there's that guy. Then there's that Sangaru guy. Yeah, that guy. Where did he come from? I don't know. He works for a different part of the light, but he needs to wake the fuck up because he's not Christing it yet. Oh, Christ. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Okay. Sorry. What's going on? I'm filled with light. Do you know what the light is? It's joy and happiness. And mine is dark and disgusting. So I'm bursting with joyful disgustingness that I really don't know how to handle yet. When you've been pissed off your whole life, you don't know how to just be happy all the time. It just gets so suffocating. You're like, it hurts my belly. My cheeks hurt. I can't stop being happy. Please. Oh. And then you're like, the rest of the time, you're like, please stop making me be sad. Please don't. It's a roller coaster of love. Welcome. All right, strap your seatbelts. Let me wipe the tears off my eyes. Oh, yeah. I get that snort, too. That's fun. Let's do You ever just love your body? You're like, damn, this thing is a whole fucking ride. Oh, goodness. All right. Christ, help me. The great and massive awakening is precisely what Jesus Christ came to prepare us for almost 2,000 years ago. Many avatars and enlightened masters through the ages and throughout the ages and from many different cultures have attained the same level of consciousness as he did, as I do. You're like, how? Because I'm full of light. I'm just so dark about it, and that's why I'm here. You needed the dark goddess to get you out of your darkness. Why? It was me. Let's just move on. I don't want to have a confession. We'll save that to the end. I'm a servant, but it's because I don't have a choice. We chose, but we didn't really. We did. Okay, moving on. We were going to talk about Christ's murder. Are you ready to talk about the murder of Christ? Who murdered him? It was you! Do you feel condemned? Was it your ancestors? Do you have a bit of Jew in you? Sorry, I told you. I'm just filled with light and it comes out so dark. Do you see what I mean? It's explosive. Explosive. Hold on, dude. I need to try to do something with this. Can't just keep blurting it out my mouth. Hold on. I'm trying to just move it around out of my throat chakra anywhere else. You know, fill me with joy somewhere else. Alright, let's try again. Grand Rising, beautiful soul. I cannot. Shut up. I can't stand the light. It's so heavy. It is. I'm really good in the dark. I like it when the lights are out. Alright. I'm never going to get a word out. Sorry. It wasn't like this until I opened my mouth. I swear, I was sitting in absolute silence for at least, I'd say a good 13 hours of today. Really don't talk to nobody. The Holy Spirit. What did the Holy Spirit tell me? And I told my daughter, oh shit, it was really fucked up. It was funny as fuck. I don't know, but I told her. I was like, what Holy Spirit is talking to me? It was funny. Alright, let's talk about Christ and his murder and da-da-da-da. Alright, his murder was a result of defiance of government and religious rule over the common people. Why'd they kill him? Because he was setting them free. Why'd they kill Martin Luther King? Because they were setting him free. Why did they kill... Shut up, bro. They kill everyone that tries to set someone free. Ugh. President Trump. I cannot. That's the best part about this whole thing, dude. You would never... You gotta know to know, but you don't know. You'll never really know. Okay, some people really, really do know. Bobby knows. Bobby knows. Some people know. The fact that I came out of the South talking about vote for Trump is so fucking... Dude, they converted me. I'm a whole Cadillac converter at this moment. There's a good video on it. I think I saved it. It's really... You just need to stand down while he stands up. Okay. But the irony in it is so funny. Please help me, God. Jeez. Help me. Help me, Jesus. All right, here we go. He taught the masses that they were equal in God's eyes to all who pretended to be their superiors. I know, that Pope in that big-ass hat. I will fucking knock his hat off, bro. I will sit there and dingle my fingers, and you'll watch it fall off his head, and we'll see what's under that big old thing. What's under your dress? Do you have underwear? I want to see. Are you circumcised? Yep, that's the Lilith. Let me put a dirty thought in your head, you sicko. You never thought about that before? I bet you have. You're a man. You're a man. You're in a dress. You're a man. What are you doing? I'm a man of God. Hey, you're not that guy. Welcome. Welcome. You're in deep shit over here. Who are we talking to? Aliens at the moment. Who are you talking to? The goddess of hell with Christ and Melchizedek. Hey, don't fuck around though. There's another part of me and my sister's here too. Or my mother. Here's a fucking welcome to the shit show. What's going on here? I'm Ascending Master Lilith, and I'm part of the Melchizedek order, and I was ordered to come back to life. I came back to life. I have to take all of my past lives, all these great lives I had, shove them all into one body, which you're witnessing here, for everybody to have a fucking fun laugh about, including myself, because it's hilarious. I haven't seen these parts of myself in so long. Where you been? Oh my god, that was so many. Oh my god, that was eons ago. This is great. I have these powers back. Oh my god, I remember that life. That was the greatest life. Hey, is this your first life? I don't think so. Get a life. I'm gonna help you. Let's move on. All right. Yeah, he taught the masses that they were equal in God's eyes to all those who pretended to be their superiors, whether they were statesmen or kings or priests or tax collectors. That was the story. And that's what I just told Mr. Plum before I came in. That's all. And I told him, I pulled out this book and I told him that was the story. What happened? He prophesied to us. Walk in the Spirit. Don't walk in the law. What became the law? Everybody wrote their own laws about how to connect with God. If you didn't do it their way, then you were left out. They were the chosen ones. That's not what Jesus said. He said all of them. Anyone. Walk in the Spirit, not the flesh. Walk by the fruits of the Spirit, not the flesh. Walk by the Spirit, not the law. They put a law on God all over. You have to do it this way, or you're going to be persecuted. He stopped that, because before, you had to do it that way. Which way? The Cali way. No, no, please don't. I don't like blood in this life. But yeah, sacrifice. For God sacrificed his own son to show the ultimate sacrifice. He sacrificed his lamb for all of us. Why? Because man made it a law. 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 In all men's belief, all across the entire globe at that moment. And it was very small because they weren't really far. It was a law. It was given in the Old Testament. This is how you were forgiven for your sins. You would not eat such nuts. You would not eat such foods. You must give this. It must be this. You must set up this. There was laws. The tabernacle was built on a law of how to you. If it wasn't built to perfection, then you couldn't come in. Now, go back to the Egyptians. Why did they build those? We just read about it last night, the Mayans. It had to be built to specification. There was laws, there was ways that things were done. Okay, going back to it. Sin. Sin was only forgiven by a sacrifice. You must atone for your sins in the flesh, right? So there was that. He told you there was no more of that. He also told you not to go to such people to search for God, that they had no power to God over you. That was the biggest thing he was teaching. He said their temples will fall. He was telling us what was going to be. It didn't just happen then. It's happening now. Everybody lives by the law of their book. And that's the war we had. I told you, got to go back and catch last Monday's video. I said he looked like a Bible thumper. He stood there with the same Bible. And that's what I said. You stand there with the same Bible that fucking Dahmer stood there. Or you know what I mean? That Manson stood there with. And Jones stood there with. All of them. With the same Bible that the Pope and all these priests that touch children and all these people that are forgiven under this, you know what I mean? Dahmer, all of them under that Bible. And that's it. They said that as long as you followed those rules. Well, Jesus gave 3 rules. 3. Plus the 10 commandments. They made it all extra. You have to tithe. You can't speak like this. You can't have adultery. You can't. They put so much on it. Every religion took it and said, no, this is the only way to God. He told you it's inside of you. And he set everyone free by doing that because we could feel it and we could hear him speak. But especially the women, because we're all about our feelings. So we could feel God speak. We could hear God speak. The divine feminine. So the divine feminine that's happening, the awakening that's happening right now is not an actual woman. But yes, I'm here. Hey, how are you? And my story's documented. But it's the divine, I'm here to walk you through the divine feminine that's waking up inside of you, which is no more than your feelings. The first ones to set off are all the worst ones. And I'm here to catch you before you do what I do, or at least help you recover from what you've done that I've done. That's it. God bless. Amen. But ultimately, I show you how we turn them from dark to light, okay, which is alchemy. The alchemist, you know what I mean? We take this darkness and we turn it into light. Again, he was all light. Fuckhead. All fucking light. All fucking light. He endured the darkness as we will, but he was all light. So he didn't have that, you know what I mean? He didn't have that. It was all light. So anyways, that's what he spoke of. He prophesied to us that these days would come where everyone would live by the law of their temples. And that's it. Everybody runs to their temples. And he said, there will be a day where you would not run to the Samaritan woman. He asked the Samaritan woman in John. My daughter, pretty much. My dog's at the door. He said to her, he asked her for a drink. And she said, you're the one, and something about the temples. And he's like, there will be a day where you won't run to this mountain or that to praise God. Come on. He prophesied to us what was going to be as those that were watching him made this, you know what I mean, whole whatever. So anyways, let's get back to it. And that's what he said. And then he went on to everyone. And that's what pissed it off, is they were setting everyone free. Everyone that was stuck into these religious beliefs, he set out to tell everyone. Now, you can still go back. This is where paganism got fucked off. And he's here. That's why he's one of my guides. I work for him to clean up the mess that he made. St. Patrick did the same thing. He had the visions. You must understand the story of St. Patrick. He was a slave boy himself. He was brought into the pagan religion. He was brought over there. He learned to pray like them. All day, every day, he would pray like them. He learned God through their ways. Then he was set free. He became a religious man and had a vision that from those people crying out to come save him. So he went to bring the teachings of Christ over to paganism, which in essence did, but this destruction that came later. You know what I mean? He started the fire that ended up burning down paganism. But ultimately what you can see is, and I teach you, is in all of their teachings, their God is our God. Their God, it was just that God came to them in a different form before. It wasn't Jesus that came to them in their God, but their God was still the light. And their God was a real God. And that, you know what I mean? In essence, Jesus is going to save us, ultimately. How? By what he said, walking in the Spirit. We shall inherit the earth here. Watch. I got to keep them both right there where you can see them, because this is a whole, story. All right, anyway, so he taught the masses that they were equal in God's eyes to all who pretended to be their superiors, whether they were statesmen or kings, priests or tax collectors. He taught them to respect themselves and to be willing to question authority in order to find the truth. The Christ, and she calls him the Christ, because she's seen him, you know what I mean? When you get a personal relationship with him, and that pissed people off. From the beginning, I was joking with him up there by his statue, and I've been talking to him like you wouldn't believe. But I talked to him long before that. He was my God. He was my direct line to God. I talked to Christ. When I would close my eyes, I would visualize him, and I know this now. I would see him. Before I had my awakening, they tell you to pray. You close your eyes. Where do you go when you pray? I would see him on the top of a hillside, which is actually the hillside at Mother Cabrini's. Maybe I'll meet you there one day. And he was on the side, and I walk up. He's on a boulder, and I sit down, and I put my head on his shoulder, on his lap, and I cry. And then later, I saw that's where that was. So I always had a close relationship. I took my prayers straight to his lap. Always, in my visualization. I don't know what Christians visualize, where they go to pray, where you close your eyes. What happens when you close your eyes? Do you have an imagination? Do you speak with the Christ? Or who are you looking at? What are you focused on? What's out there? I'm not being disrespectful. I'm telling you what I see when I close my eyes before I awoken. So I always saw Christ. So it wasn't hard to see Christ walk. You know what I mean? Sorry. I was thinking, I'm seeing Kobe. I'm seeing Pac. I'm, seeing all these people. I'm like, yeah. If you only knew what kind of people walk up on me in my sacred space, it's like, I'm just sitting here and you literally just walked up and want to talk about some shit. Again, I'd be in the darkness. Anyways, going back to it. He taught them to respect themselves and to be willing, blah, blah, blah. The Christ walked earth showing the commoners that miracles happen and that miracles are natural phenomenons when people are in direct alignment with their God presence. And that's what I teach you, the light codes, the synchronicities, how he's talking. I made a video yesterday. Don't lick your butt. Yeah, you're looking straight at me. Don't do it. You got to do something else with your time, dude. Okay, thank you. Uh-huh. No, don't do it over there either. Okay, sorry. I'm not. Don't. Just don't. Just, you can save that shit for later. Okay. Anyways, sorry guys, I can't stand it. I made a video yesterday that he's in everything and everything. He gave you the wife, he fucked up your marriage, bro. He gave you the job, he fucking made you lose the job. He gives and he takes. Hey! Don't lick the blanket either. I just don't want to hear the licking noise. Can you just stop? Just stop. You're triggering me. I can't take it. What are you licking? Just stop licking. Hey! I'm gonna kick you out. I've had enough. I can't. Are you gonna stop? Okay then. Yeah, I'm not playing with you. Yeah. She's like, what? And I teach you how he's everywhere and he's always talking to you and he's like, just always on top of you. He's like air and everything. Anyways, so going back to it. Are you done? Okay, she's done. She put her face down. Showed you that natural phenomenons, when the people are in direct alignment with their God presence. He healed the sick and raised the dead, all the while encouraging the onlookers to believe that they could do the same. When he said he was the Son of God, he was also telling people that they were the sons and daughters of God. He told people God loved them and wanted them to be well and happy, and he brought that about in his followers and listened in order to demonstrate it. His disciples, who were both men and women, by the way, were all walks of life. Common people, wealthy people, members of the goddess temple, like Mary Magdalene, who was also his wife. There were thousands of disciples by the time of his crucifixion, in addition to the 12 spoken of in the Bible. All of these disciples opened spiritually to gifts of healing, prophecy, and visioning. They proved that what Jesus said was true, and that's it. And I teach you too. I teach you how to work through your intuition. I teach you the wording that you say here. Again, you use words like energy and clairvoyance and, grand rising and weird shit like that. But yeah, again, I tell you all this, fuckers. But first you gotta, you gotta awaken yourself to your godliness, your oneness. And that's the ascension that I teach you over here. Okay. All of his disciples opened spiritually to gifts of healing, prophecy, and visionary. They proved that what Jesus said was true, one after another. The disciples performed miracles and even initiated others into spiritual awakenings as the Christ did. Much of the Christ's empowerment came through awakening women. For the first 12 years of his life, he was taught by his goddess embodied Mother Mary. Where's my thing? So right here, this is one I wear all the time. So this one right here, you see it? That's Mary Magdalene. And this one is the Happy Family. So that's Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. And then, if you really want to know, this is Melchizedek. We got Ra. Here's my other ones. Right? Yep. Sun gods, all that. Yep. I got the power. And then the rose quartz is actually anything related to the goddesses, but especially Mary, you know what I mean? It's the center. It's everything, the love. Everything. Rose quartz. And inside of there I have my goddess oil. Yep. Going back to this. Mary Magdalene, her mother Anna, and others. Then at age 12, as was the natural course for males, he went to the learned men for sharing and teaching. He traveled to Egypt and India and was initiated into the pyramids. He learned ancient healing temple practices and mystery school Enneatic teachings. Right? Enneatic? Yeah, I guess. He learned dominion over the body functions from old yoginic practices and secrets of longevity and conscious death. He taught these things as well as what he learned naturally through communication with God, Goddess, all that is, the angels, and Melchizedek. He shared them with his disciples who practiced the disciplines and gradually awakened as well. The government and churches at this time were very threatened by all of this. A population of self-mastered sovereign beings would soon outgrow the need for those who proclaim to be authorities. And that's what it is. They can't stop it, though. Spirituality is everywhere. They can't stop it. It's a grand awakening. It's happening now. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. It's too late. And they tried to. That's why they started killing the witches. That's why they tried to kill, you know what I mean? They knew. They knew it was going to be a divine feminine awakening. So they sought to kill anything that was related to divine femininity, which would be the goddess. But you can't stop your feelings from happening. So they put all these rules, science, everything, put all these rules to keep you busy so you don't talk about your feelings. You're never supposed to talk about your feelings. We were programmed not to talk about our feelings. But inside of your feelings, you open up your heart They have a big-ass heart, and it's all powerful. True story. Yeah, close the door. Get out of here. All right, so, and that's what was happening. It was spreading. It started with one, and it was spreading. Regular, common people were able to heal. They were able to do miracles. They were able to do all this stuff. They were setting people free, telling them they were free. They were just opening up the gates. Dude, you don't have to listen to that shit. You're free. You have the power to do this. You have the power. You have the power. And that's what we do over here. Anyways, but you have to go through the darkness to get to that power. A population of self-mastered sovereign beings would soon outgrow the need for who proclaim to be authorities. When humans open up to their full sensory awareness and spiritual heritage, they will easily perceive deceit, unkindness, and injustice in others. You can smell their negativity. You know they're full of shit. Deceit is lies. Unkindness is hate. Injustice is fucking, you know what I mean? Thieving. That's it. You seek to lie. You're full of lies and destruction. That's what I say all the time. You're stealing and killing people's dreams and their personality and their vibes and everything. And that's what that's what it is. You're a truth seeker. No, I just see it and I tell you it. It's easy to perceive deceit, and this is how. I told you I can feel everything. It all is feelings. I told you that in the last day. Listen, one more time. A population of self-mastered sovereign beings, and that's exactly what Sangaru is trying to teach you. That is exactly what the silo is trying to teach you, and that is exactly what I'm teaching you. Is self-mastered sovereign beings, so that you can outgrow them. All right, humans that are open to their full sensory awareness, where you can feel everything, and your spiritual heritage, knowing that this is, you know what I mean, where we all came from. And I teach you to start with your heritage. Where did you come from? They easily perceive. You'll start to feel that the lie is everywhere. You start to feel all the hatred and the unkindness. You start to feel the injustice in others. The so-called authorities can no longer hide behind offices of intimidation. And that goes back to it. They're like, you're bringing towers down on everyone. No, I'm not. I'm just bringing the truth. Just like Jesus, the temples will fall. I'm showing people that these people have no power over them. They're lying to them. They're stealing from them. It's an injustice and they're unkind. Who? Celebrities mostly at this particular time, but I've shown you that the churches. I've shown you that all of it. I've shown you pretty much, if you go into my stories, I've hit up everybody. And there's much more to come. That's it. These people don't have power over you. I'm pulling you out of what they say is the matrix. We're pulling you out one by one, dude. One by one. And literally, even the people that run, the seed is already planted, dude. There's hope. And that's what this says right here. Listen. The so-called authorities can no longer hide behind their high offices and intimidation. They are dethroned or simply never put into high positions in the first place. The threat of these people, or of these possible changes, led to the crucifixion, with the hopes that the populace would take heart this frightening example of what would face them if they continued pursuing such radical ways. And that's where the witch hunts came. We learned we had the power like Christ. We learned. How did we learn? Nobody taught us. It was the Spirit that taught us. The Holy Spirit taught us. It still came to us while we were locked in the dungeons of castles and rooms and just outcasted with nothing but our feelings, not allowed to speak. We heard the voice and we learned to break free. And they hung us. They were always after the women because of that. Today, the corruption of our worldwide governments and churches is no secret. We have movies and books about it, and yet it continues to worsen every day. So here we are, 2,000 years AD, after living on this planet where the masses are controlled by few and are too scared, numbered out, or lazy to do anything about it. Spiritual awakening is the only cure to this vastly spread social disease. For the magnetic pull on Earth at this time to remain powerless and socially conformist is stronger than ever. Spiritual awakening is what the Christ with much help, began to prepare us for during this time on earth. Now we are coming to the age of light, a time of reawakening. In order for us to evolve as a species, we must become one world. We must bring together the purity of the ancient sacred spiritual teachings of the major 8 cultures and the ancient Pleiadian teachers. All people who drop their differences now and choose divine love and harmony with all things and all beings, whether they be human, animal, or sentient. All must win from this harmonic convergence. So, as the Pleiadians and Christ have said to me in numerous situations, the time is now. Guys, the time is now. Are you coming? Have I shown you enough? If not, you're going to have to see it like everyone else. But have I shown you that I'm not anything more than what he said we could be? And I'm just dark because I'm me. I have a dark attitude about it because that's just how I was created by God. He filled me with a lot of feelings that I didn't know how to control at the beginning of time. But now I've learned after many, many, many lifetimes how to control them, how to get back home. But when I got there, I had to come back and get all of you. I've said that since the beginning. I'm going now to my sacred homeland. Before I got here, what filled me with light, they showed me where to go. And it's the most perfect place. It's right next to Red Rocks. It's right next to everything. It's right next to everything. 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 They showed me exactly where to go. Exactly where to go. Exactly where to go. Exactly where to go. I'm going back to Colorado to go where I started my spiritual awakening. I'm going back to my spiritual land. I'm going back to where I praise. I'm going back to take all of my spirit there and get more spirit and get stronger in the spirit and spread more word. I'm going to stay there for a while, probably through, not in that specific place, but I'm going to stay there. Alistair, we had to hide Alistair, I suppose. I'm going to stay in Colorado throughout the winter. And when spring comes, we'll spring back into action. We get stronger in the teachings. We learn how to reach more, how to teach more. That's my job. Reach one, teach one, get them awoken. Get them on my page, teach them how to stay, you know what I mean, how to heal. That's all I can teach you to do is to heal. Other ones can teach you how to harness your light, but I teach you how to heal it. Later, I'll teach you what to do with it. I got too far ahead of myself, and people were doing dark magic and shit. Not knowingly, they were just, it was fueled with bad intentions. It's not a terrible thing. Again, I've given you the apple too many times. We're going to figure this out. We'll applesauce that shit. But going back to it, what I'm saying this is, it's happening now. The time is now. And if anybody wants to come with me, then the time is now. I'm going to do my last reading on Thursday, and I'm going to hit the road. Tomorrow's Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. We're going to hit it. Over the weekend, I'm going to cut off and I'm going to go. If you want to meet me there and you want to start your spiritual awakening, you want to start from scratch, and you want to live in the spirit and have faith and hope and happiness and do the hard work and know that we'll be taken care of and that everything will be okay. I will show you how to make money. We'll show you how to be inspired. We'll have plenty of spiritual stores to get all the needs we need. There's plenty of places to live once we establish, income and shit like that. But ultimately, no, we're going to get, we're going to live off the land is what we need to do. We need to pull out of this system. We can't be fighting the system and living off of it. You know what I mean? We have to get our needs and get out of it. There was this great movie that Leonardo DiCaprio made called The Beach, where they ran away and they made this a whole civilization in the beach. Yeah, we're going to do some shit like that, bro. We really are. But we're doing it in God, not in some weird, crazy stuff. So, I don't know. I'm telling you, the time is now. The Pleiadian emissaries of light and many different extraterrestrial groups of the galaxy and far beyond are very excited about what is happening. And that's it. I just saw it and I tried to tell them where it was. It's right. I can't tell you, but it's right there. I will literally watch Red Rocks every night. I will see it light up. I'll hear the music, everything. And I'll see Denver and everything. It's the most beautiful place. It's perfect. They've created a home for me. And you know what they reminded me? They're like, remember your patio. I covered my patio with this bamboo that I got from Home Depot for like $23. I double layered it, and it was this, it was like 13 feet. They're like, you'll build a little hut around your tent so that you can have your privacy. I was like, oh my gosh. And then what I did also is I put this fake I also bought the fake grass, and I would put that down for the kids to play in because we had cement. We were in apartments, and they're like, you'll put down your stuff. All the stuff I had, I already have a beautiful backdrop that Mr. Plum bought me. It's all roses. It's a beautiful backdrop of a rose garden. I'm so excited. You want to come? You ever been camping in Colorado? I haven't either. So I have to half camp it, and I have to be, I have to work it. I know how to hustle Colorado, bro. It's the hustle. It's the hustle gang. Gang, gang. Come on, let's go. You want to go? Hit me up. Hit me up. Anyways, moving on. The Pleiadian emissaries of light and many other extraterrestrial groups of the galaxy and far beyond are very excited about what's happening on Earth at this time. Yeah, they're all over us. Have you ever wondered why so many extraterrestrials, angels, and ascending masters are so much more available than they used to be? And that's it. Can you see how many card readers and all these people are hearing the messages? They're talking to angels. They're hearing their ancestors. You know what I mean? There's too many of them. They're getting the messages. God's talking. He's screaming, bro. He's screaming through every outlet, bro. They're everywhere. And I'm trying to tell you how to find him, which is everywhere. That he's talking to you, and how to access it inside. First he's outside, then he's inside. And that's it. I can show you outside, but we need to go inside where he is. And it's right underneath your broken, really hurt heart. Or why are we being watched and guided so carefully now? According to the Pleiadians, it's because we are at the point of our evolution here on Earth where we have an opportunity to make a tremendous paradigm shift. If accomplished, this shift would be so great that not only would it eradicate all karma, that's past residual bad energy. That means that we've cleaned up our messes in this life. All we got to do is go through these trials of fear. If we can overcome our fear in this life, then we break free. They bound us by fear. That's how we don't break free. If you can break free of your fears, then you break free of your karma. That's how you keep them afraid, and they won't break out. That's all they did. That's how you break out of the matrix, is fighting your fears. I have a whole documentary to prove it. So anyways, it happens. It's happening. I told you we win. We fucking win. And then I said in the beginning, it was right there by Red Rocks when I had the awakening. We'll be right there, guys. Promise. Beautiful. I was like, where was the mothership? They're like, you're the mothership. I was like, mothership? And then they had me go up, follow some trails, burn some sage, sing a song, wake up Kanye. Remember that video where it all started? I'm going back to where it all started, guys. You coming? You want to go hiking? You want to burn some shit? You want to dance naked under the moon? I'm going to build a fence. They won't see us. You want to do it? It's going to be great. Come on! I don't know about a bath. I mean, I haven't figured all that out yet. We'll figure it out. Definitely. I know some great ideas. We're going to do this. Come on. Let's do this. Anyways, keep going. Here we go. Or why we're being watched, so guided, blah, blah, blah. If accomplished, it will. Not if. When accomplished, this shift will be so great that not only would we eradicate all karma for the entire solar system, but it would set free planets and star systems through our entire galaxy and several galaxies beyond. What is so unique about us and this time? In order to answer that question, the next chapter presents information channeled to me by Ra, who is the spokesperson for the Pleiadian emissaries of light and the archangelic tribes. Ra's cosmological overview of Earth's current and future role in this galaxy will help us understand why it's time now. Okay, now is not the time to read all of that. But anyways, it starts talking about probably, I don't know, same shit that everyone's talking about. Let's just leave there for a minute. Oh my goodness, babies. So the time is now. Again, I didn't see it coming, but I'm ready for it. You ready? I wanna rock with you. I'm excited. I didn't have it together. Where am I going? What am I doing? I had all these bubbles. Bubbles, 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 bubbles. And I'm like, what am I doing? These are a billion great ideas. Like, which one of these is going to fall? How do I look at it? Imagine a stork. You just see a bunch of storks with a bunch of babies. You're like, which one of these which one's the right baby for me? Which one's the right baby for me? And they just gave it to me, right? I was so excited. I'm so excited. It's the most beautiful. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. All right, what are we talking about over here? Creating and manifesting. We're trying to have mind control over some shit. Talking about God and stuff. That's where we started. We started on chapter 7, the order of Melchizedek. Chapter 7, trying to control your mind and shit. Manifestations of the mind and stuff. Hey, we need some more batteries on that. Where do we leave off? I don't know. The Middle East continues on the brink of annihilation. Sounds about right. Sorry, we're going back in again. We're going in. All right. The Middle East continues on the brink of annihilation, and yet God persistently comes into the world through unconditional love. Though the various aspects of its priesthood, it continues to encourage people to choose love over hate, to choose both passion and compassion to find their ways home. It cannot insist it cannot insist, and it cannot rescue any of us from our folly. That's it. We have to clean up our own karma. Sorry. You're like, damn, well, look at me. I got raped my whole life. I had all this shit happen. I was a bad girl, bro. I was a bad girl. I had a bad life. Who cares? It was just one. I had some great lives, bro. Just take it. Just take it. Take a look, man. Why do I have to be the girl? I always say that. You're going to learn. You're going to learn that energy is fluid. It has nothing to do with the body. What am I hearing? My body, your body. Oh, those guys. Hey, I met those guys literally while they were making that video. On the beach in Miami. I swear. Divine timing. I was just on the beach, bro, and they came up and hollered at a bitch. They do. I remember Young Jock. No. Shorty going. No. Moving on. Let's go. Okay. Sorry. What were we talking about? Something about your body? You lost me. We were talking about priesthoods. What were we talking about? Oh, your folly. My body, your folly. Just kidding. I didn't give my body to nobody. Nobody. That's pretty much the way I roll, dude. You're going to have to learn that the hard way. I'll give you some dirty thoughts. That's about it. That's all you're getting out of me. Anyways. Why buy the cow when I can get the milk for free? You thought you was milking me? No. Look down. Navel gazer. Anyways, going back to the karma. Yeah, my life sucked. So what? So what? So what? His really sucked. His sucked ass. His sucked. His sucked. His sucked. Your life sucked. And again, I have these visuals all the time where they have me hanging naked on the same cross. They put me on my period on it this week. I was like, this is a disgusting view for humanity. Thanks, God. Oh, well. Moving on. It's just a life. We have many. No more! I'm not doing this again. I promise. I might change my mind. I'm very shifty. Just kidding. After 99 years, this isn't my longest life. I swear. We used to live so much longer. He's had to cut you guys down. Ain't shit to cut that bitch off. They had to cut you down, dude. You was doing too much. Much, way much, too much. Too much. Okay, let's go back to your unconditional love. Remember that 2,000 years ago, here we go again, Jesus sat on a hill above Jerusalem. At the shortest sentence in the New Testament records event says, Jesus wept. He knew what future they would create for themselves, and they did. I told you, he prophesied that we would be this piece of shit we are today. Thanks, my friend. Now we're here telling your same prophecy. That's all we are, telling on each other all the time. He tells on me, John told about him, he tells you this, we tell you that. Everybody's just talking. Right? No shit. Anyways, he knew what future we would create for themselves, and we did. I'm just saying it. We did. We did it. Oops, we did it again. Yeah, it's not the first time. I'm seeing Atlantis. Yeah, it's not the first time we fucked this up. This may refer to the siege of Jerusalem in 7 CE, but also to the events up to and including this very day. I know, what'd you do today, fuckheads? What kind of fuck up shit you fucking did today? You're over there creating chaos every day. Every day? Every day. Hey, Russ, that shirt didn't match those pants. And to be honest, I don't think that shirt matches anything on God's green earth. I don't know who made that. That's a horrendous piece of shit. Did you spend a lot of money on that? Damn, you should try to resell it for at least half of your money back, because it's not worth anything that you're wearing. I wouldn't even... This looks like some shit Lewis would wear. That's disgusting. And you put it with blue jeans? I'm confused. You could still salvage the blue jeans, but I'm telling you, that shirt, that didn't come from God. That came from hell. Anyways, those involved in the Middle East may yet initiate to a turning point in the history, for they choose to love themselves better... Or may they choose to love themselves because they are of themselves. Whether they recognize it or not, they may still find a way to live peacefully among themselves. And that would show the rest of the world what is possible. We are certainly inundated with the news, and they're choosing not to collaborate peacefully. I know, what are you guys doing? Hey, Allie, what's going on with your peoples? Talk to your peoples, Allie! Just kidding. You have no idea. You still got your flag waving over there, as it's dangerous. You could totally change that flag. Hey, Mayonnaise has a flag. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Not in this life. I'm gonna die from laughing. Promise. That's how I go out. I gotta watch it. What did I say? I told him to surrender his country for Mayonnaise. I'm gonna die. Hey, dude, your country fucking kills each other for less. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I might not ever leave America. I don't have the same rights over there. They might get me. I might never leave America. Shit like that. Fuck. That's gonna get me hunted. Damn, look. No more tears. That was a great one. If you're gonna shed tears, it better be a good one. Okay, going back to Jerusalem and your people and how they keep killing each other and shit. Alright, anyways. They just need some Jesus. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. They're gonna kill me. I've come to spread the word of Christ. They're too busy killing each other to kill me. Oh! It is. It's World of Warfare over there. I swear. I don't watch it, but I know it's out there. There's a lot going on I don't watch. Why? Because I've seen it before in a different lifetime. It's the same old shit. Alright, moving on. Let's go back to you guys. Those involved in the Middle East, probably not. They still may find a way to live peacefully. I hope you do. Among themselves, and that would show the rest of the world that it's possible. It is an awesome idea, but we have other modern examples like East and West Germany. Oh, that was a good one. South Africa and North Ireland are recent histories and living examples of possibilities. I think I read all this bullshit. I feel familiarized by this bullshit. When we create, we say, gee, I hope that we did this right. Yeah, I read this bullshit. Let's see. Maybe we're on the other page then. This is why the priesthood is so important. I desire that every priest... What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? I find it so frustrating to see so many people living a life of personal hell when all they have to do is change their mind. I told you, stop thinking like that. You need to change your mind. Change your life. Seriously. You're like, it's not that easy. Yeah, it is. Fight your fears. Stop fucking thinking like that. That's what I said. Dude, my 12 twin flames, they're mindless fucking idiots. That's what I said. Can you put your ego down? You're working through your ego. You're scared. You're scared. And it's all in your mind. It's all in your head. My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me I can't wait to reach R. Kelly, bro. I feel like I could get him awoken before any of you. You guys are fucking with me. I have such a spiritual connection with R. Kelly. And you guys, he's been sitting alone in a box. He's had to have heard my voice. Hey, you heard that voice? That was me. It was you. I met you. I know. Come on. You're coming with me. We're going to heaven. We're going to break you out of here. Watch. I have magical skills. What? They're going to release you to me. Why? I don't know. Because I can save you. You're not a danger to me. Anyways, moving on. It's not a danger. You guys are stupid. I mean, maybe. Why? Because, you know, he has mind control over bitches. These bitches need to mind their business. That's what I heard. What happened? He had mind control over them bitches. You didn't know that was happening? Why is R. Kelly in jail? Because he had mind control over some bitches? Is what you said. That's what the government said. Called it aggravated rape or something, but they totally told you they gave it to him. They weren't aggravated about it. It was just angry sex. Angry. Rawr. Alright, moving on. What are we talking about? God and stuff. Go back to God. We find it frustrating to see that so many people's lives are a personal hell and all they have to do is change their mind. Does this sound simplistic to you? That's because it is simple. Everything of this nature happens the second you allow yourself to be loved. Be the love that you are, and to accept unconditional love as a state of being. Anything is possible. Hey, that's it. Come here. Let me love you. I'll change your world. What are you going to do? What do you think I'm going to do to you? I'm going to love you. Till when? Till you let me, until you run away. It's usually how it works. Why am I going to stop loving you? That's all I got to do. That's all I do. I just love people. Until I get irritated with my own feelings, and then I cry about some shit. Yeah. Is that only you? No? Oh, whatever. That's pretty much what we're going to do. Alright. You want me to love you? No, don't touch me. Come on. Pitch a tent. We're going to figure this out. We're going to baptize you in some shit. This is why I don't know about that. Am I supposed to do that? Jesus, what do you think? We'll talk about it. This is why the priesthood is so important. I desire that I think that they've been preparing me for that for a long time, actually. Because I keep telling guys that want to give them a bath. I keep telling them that. I really do. Hey, there's somebody in there. I can't see you. I gotta keep reading. Okay. Sorry, I see you, but I don't. Typical. Anyways, the priesthood is so important, something. That's why the priesthood is so important. I desire that every priest throughout the world turns on to the power of unconditional self-love. We will then make a huge impact on the planet, because as a role model, we will go into the world as unconditional lovers of self, and by this example, teach others how to be that. And then all humanity will get the idea. Before I leave, I desire to make the contribution that gets others to dare to love themselves as God does, and therefore to make a difference in the human condition. Unconditional love is a state of being. It's an idea. It is beyond the greater reality. It is the truth. Everybody is the god or goddess in training with the same power as the ultimate God in terms of manifestation. The difference is that when God creates a universe, God just does universe. It's perfect, it's balanced, and everything that needs to be. It has no self-doubt, no self-recrimination, no dysfunctional family of origin, no addictive patterns, etc. What? Is that what it is? I am that. I am. Okay, hold on a second. I'm about to argue with this guy. Because no. He didn't create all of this. But he creates chaos that feeds all this bullshit. I just want to say that. Where does our self-doubt come from? Not him. But there's a lot of outside factors that create these things. So we must overcome these things. This is something inside of every human being. We have self-doubt. We have self-reincrimination. We come from dysfunctional families of origin where there is addictive patterns. Okay? We come from Adam and Eve, bro. Shut up. Shut up. So, ultimately, God created us this way. But he also gave us the strength to walk his way. Okay? Okay. Wonderful. Let's get into this. Let's say that there's a greased watermelon that has been thrown into the water and you want to get it for a party. You swim towards the watermelon, but as you go towards it, the waves motion you Our creator... I'm seeing a download. I'm literally seeing this. Okay, slow the roll. Run back the reels. But as you go towards it, the wave motions you are creating keeps pushing it further away. You desire the thing, and yet you can't have it because your desire is creating contrary waves. I've spoke of this. You're creating contrary waves. What does that mean? Extra steps. Extra steps. What is the secret to getting to the watermelon? The secret is to give up desire and allow it to come to you. Choose to love yourself as God does and watch how it will come to you in a way that will conform for you that God is. And that's what I'll tell you a lot is it'll come. Just wait. It'll come to you. And that's what I was saying, the right idea. You let them come to you. Don't reach for things. Let it come to you where it feels right. Oh, this is great. This is great. I feel great about this. This is great. You wait for that greatness. That you are and that you both are one. As a result, you will alter your life pattern and your relationships, your abundance, etc. Whatever your own consciousness deems important to you, you make it manifest. This process is neither tricky nor hard. Okay, there's somebody down there. Let me address this somebody. Give me a second. What did you say? Hey, I can be anywhere. I'm mobile. I'm just going back home to recoup. Oh, yeah, mind control. Well, you know, let's talk about that. Manipulation. We can't really, we like to say that they got over on us and that, you know what I mean, they played us and, you know, how could you play these mind games on me? Why were you lying to me? How come I didn't see what was going on? We played ourselves, dude. We played the game with them. Because ultimately we had the first inclination that something was wrong. Any relationship, I didn't really read it fully what you said, but any relationship where you've had conflict with this person, and it goes back to, you know, you mean, you fucking played me. No, we both played. And at the end is somebody got caught up. Because if somebody doesn't get caught up, then the game keeps going on. And that's what it's really is. I saw this post on Instagram that said the difference between love and lust. How to recognize lust over love. And it was something like that. Something as easy as always forgiving. Simple or easy to forgive. No attachment but to the bedroom. Not sharing social groups. You know, it was talking about that and how we will self-sacrifice ourselves to play this game with a human being. And we play, hoping, I guess, that we're going to win, but ultimately get played. Because we're playing a game. It's just a game. It's a dance. It's a step. You know what I mean? Until somebody gets their feelings hurt. Till somebody gets their toes stepped on. You're just playing a game when you get out there. You're not being real. I am, and it's terrifying, but at the same time, at least I'm real. Nobody's really out there with their heart saying, I just want to love. And so when you go out there with these false lies and you're telling people, no, I don't want love. You're a fucking liar. Why are you out here? I just want a piece of ass. Tinder. There's nothing tender about a piece of ass. Maybe. I don't know. You're talking to the wrong being in this lifetime. It was not tender to me in this life. But what I'm saying is, you go out and you play the game. So already you're lying. I don't want real love. I don't want real commitment. Okay, neither do I. I don't want this and I want that. Okay, I'm cool with that. Do you know what I mean? And then you start to play this game. What do you want? What do you want? And you're backing, you know, you're just playing this until you're tired of fulfilling their wants. What about what I want? And you're mad because they don't know what you want, and there's all this confusion and all these lies and all this chaos because you never started with the truth to begin with. The foundation was never built on truth to begin with. You came in saying, you spoke out of your mouth. So it was never going to work. You told them you didn't want something real, but then you tried to create something real on the intention it would never be real. So you cursed yourselves from the beginning. I've never said I wanted anything less than a husband. And if I did, I would have everything less than a husband. If we went out and we were serious about our intentions, then people would stop seriously fucking with us. Truthfully. But it's not that easy to be that open and tell the world what you want. And then telling them what you want is one thing, but telling them what you need to fulfill that want is a whole nother fucking thing. So, let me see here. There's no reason to go back to an old love, because if there's no love, there's no love. You're just rekindling codependency. If you didn't feel it, if you don't feel it, you don't feel it. You're trying to create a feeling. If I spend more time with you, then I'll feel this way about you. You're waiting for this feeling to happen. You know what I mean? You'll make an attraction out of, the simplistics. Oh, she looks good. Oh, he looks good. Oh, he talks to my people. Oh, he does this. Oh, she does this and this and this. You make these simple connections based on the surface level connections that you really are hoping that will be deep level connections, but you never made a connection on a deep level with this person. You're just playing a game to get deep with this person, as deep as you can go. You know what I mean? Ultimately, whatever the relationship may be, whether it's a colleague at work that you're just hanging out and then you like them and then you start hanging out with them more. It's to, let's see if we can be better friends. Let's hang out, whatever. You're just trying to make connections, always making deeper, more meaningful connections. But if you're not honest about them, you get your feelings hurt real bad. And that's it. What does it take to be my friend? What do I expect of a friend? You know what I mean? And then your friends let you down because you thought that, your friend should treat you better, but you didn't tell them how to treat you. You didn't tell them what it took to be your friend and how what you offer as a friendship. And that's just it. We just don't have conversations like that. Do you have lots of friends? Not really. I have kind of a high standard of what I expect out of a friend. I have a lot of associates. I'm very friendly. But I don't let people into my close area just because of the fact that I have abandonment issues and they don't like, they like to flare up and leave me, and that just makes me feel, like shit. So I'd rather just kind of kick it to myself until I can find some keepers. I feel that. So, that means I'm friendly. I'm willing to hang out, but, my inner circle takes a level of commitment. Something that's simplistic. Do we speak like that? No, nobody speaks like that. I speak like that now because I know how to use my words. Because, my feelings and memories and, aren't jolted, and I can actually speak from my heart. And that's where it starts with, our relationships. We want to have authentic relationships, but they're not built on authenticity because it's a dance that we play. You know what I mean? You bow, I bow. You go left, I go left. All right, let's see something about the watermelon or something. The secret is to giving up the desire and allow it to come to you. Choose to love yourself as God, something. Choose to love yourself as God does and watch how it will all come to you in ways that will conform for you that God is. That is, that you are, and that, this is so written weird, that you are, comma, there's all these commas, that's why. That you are, and that you are both, that both of you are one. As a result, you will never alter your life pattern, your relationships, your abundance, etc. Hey, don't worry about your comments. When I turn them off, they're off. Whatever your own conscience deems is important to you, you make it manifest. This process is neither tricky nor hard. People may say, "Oh, that's so hard." So then I ask, do you want it to be hard? Because you just created the idea that it's going to be hard by saying it's going to be so. And that's what I mean. The moment you created it, you said you didn't want something serious. So it will not be serious. You can't take that back. You create with your words. And, I'm seeing Kanye. Kanye created his whole, I ain't saying she a gold digger, he created it. She got how many kids and he had to take her ass to showbiz? She fucked around and left him for a white dude? I'm telling you that it's not hard. He proclaimed it to be, and so it was. And that's what they continue to do. Your songs are your words. You will reap what you sow. I'm telling you that it's not hard, but if you want it to be hard, it will be then. It's your choice. Why would you want it to be hard? Humans seem to want to have the mathematical formulas attached to the experience. We want to have all the credibility footnotes on everything in order to build a belief in a possibility. You don't. You just have to believe it, and then it'll come to you. In the essence, you make measures. He'll tell you what to do, but you wait for it to come to you, and that's what I'm going back to. Haven't I shown you enough? Now come to me and let me show you how it works. However, this is a simple thing. It is a choice you make. Once you make the decision and you honor that you're creating, it begins to manifest immediately. Furthermore, it will never stop unless you change your mind. Then it stops. But if you go back to it, it begins again. It's really quite simple. In actuality, we create and manifest all the time. We're creating out of ignorance, but we're creating. So stop creating out of ignorance. Wake up, get wise, love yourself, then create. Why would you not want to do that? On page 69, which is balance. I'm going to stop there because then I can actually know where I was. Maybe, again, I'm going to do tomorrow's readings and close this all up, and then I'll see you every 10 days from there. We'll be checking in. I'm glad that it's all closing up, that I'm able to show you that everything comes back to Christ, and it's just a consciousness, it's a state of being in your mindset that we have to work through, your emotionality, and that's where all the magic comes from, all the powers, and that's just the truth. It's all in the Bibles, it's all in the teachings, it's all there for you. I'm just teaching you what the ancestors taught you, and I'm teaching you how to utilize it. That's what that means. Sorry, my altar's bothering me. So yeah, going back, let me see what you said here. That's a good way to do it, writing music. If you just write. When I started, I had so many thoughts. I had my personalities. They were all talking at the same time. Something would come up, and it happened as soon as my awakening. Bobby's saying, "I'd like to see you." I had all kinds of voices going off. No, you can't because of this. Yes, no, yes, 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 no, yes. All of them with a sentence behind that word. So I had to write them down. And I had to write down all of these sentences just to get them out of my head. Well, who's saying what? Okay, I heard you. Okay, I heard that. I heard that. And then I'd have to sit there and be like, okay, this is what my mind is saying to me. And then I would speak to, I'd read it out loud so that it was being heard. And then I would speak over it to, okay, I get this. Now it's my turn to speak. Right? So you let the thoughts out, but now it's your turn to speak about what you've seen. All of my parts have been heard. And I'm not saying your mind is split like mine, but you do have, I don't want to say split decisions, but you have, you know what I mean? You're on the edge about a lot of things. You have pros and cons to how you view things. And it's good to not make a list, because now you're trying to censor your real true thoughts. You know what I mean? And I don't censor it. I should. It should be very censored. But you really want to write down how you feel. You got to hear how you feel. I speak it. But you want to, if you can't do that, then, your hands are connected to your throat chakra. All great creations of life come from writing in some form. All creativity comes from it. As a songwriter, you know what I mean? There's a lot of rappers and stuff that they'll freestyle, but you can see that a lot of it's coming from their head. You can see it pre-recorded in their brain. They knew when they go to 106 in Park, bro, they already have a verse in their head. It's all pre-recorded, dude. They mastered that shit. They're just waiting for a beat to drop so they can feel what tempo to go at. But they've already got it. There's nothing authentic coming out. So going back to it, it's like it was always written and recorded is how it is. Whether you draw it, whether you cook it, whether you dance it with your hands, you're expressing your emotions. So it needs to come out, but especially the thoughts. The thoughts are ever important. See what your mind is thinking. Pour it out. Pour your mind out, not on a person, naturally, because they're not going to understand how you feel. All they're going to hear is what you're thinking. They're not going to understand how you feel. Now, when you pour out your thoughts, that'll make sense to how you feel to yourself. And now you can bring these feelings together and come up with one thought and one feeling about it all once it's all out on the table. And that's what it is clearing out your chakras. And that's what we do. One at a time. Every Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Otherwise, we're jamming. Usually, we're just on a funny schedule right now because we got to do a lot of purging because I'm about to leave here and I'm not carrying anything in my chakras but goodness up to the mountains. We're carrying nothing but goodness up there. But then we're going to learn lessons and stuff and, you know, always more growth. We got to keep ascending. We got to get stronger. We got to get better. We got to do all of that. And we got to spread the word. So that's where I'm going is, you know, if you want to meet me there, then, you know, get you a tent and stuff. Make sure you have 2 forms of ID so that you can get a job when we get there. We'll have to make monies. Everybody has to make monies. And then, you know, yeah, bring your phone and your dog and, you know, your dreams and your hopes, and let's get to God. Amen? Amen. Hey, I love you guys. I will see you. Anything else? What's contradictory as fuck? Yeah, I am like 2 people. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm a walking contradiction. I'm completely social and antisocial. We're a walking contradiction. Because that's really the truth is we have the power to be one or the other, but we'd rather just walk in the middle of it and hold it all together. Instead of, you know, shifting from extremes. You know what I mean? Being a total shut off to a total outburst. It's all good. We're going to do, it's a balancing act. It really is. But it all starts with the feelings. We got to work through the feelings and the memories to get this balanced out. You got to balance out your mind, your body, and your spirit. I'm going to work with yous. Hey, I love yous. Laters. Bye.